Hello friends, in this video we will discuss PIB article summary for 18th and 19th January 2018. These articles are important for RBI Grade B and NABARD Grade A and Grade B exams because these have been selected keeping in mind the syllabus of these particular exams. Here we have the outline for our discussion. The first is the International Solar Alliance Forum at World Future Energy Summit in Abu Dhabi. The second article relates to Financial Sector Assessment Report 2017. The detailed assessment reports have been released. The third one relates to new smart cities. International Solar Alliance Forum. This is the first topic of our discussion. The International Solar Alliance is an alliance of more than 121 countries, which are termed as sunshine countries, basically completely or partly between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn, because the sunshine is very high in this particular area. We can say between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. So these countries are trying to harness the solar energy for their benefit to meet their energy needs, and for this for harnessing the solar energy they need the funds and technology. So this particular alliance has been set up by these countries collectively to get those cooperation in terms of funds, technology and other activities to boost the deployment of solar energy in their respective countries as well as in the overall world. So the International Solar Alliance has agreed upon a framework agreement, and that entered into force on 6th December 2017, thereby making the International Solar Alliance a de jure treaty that has been based on international intergovernmental organization. So a number of countries have signed and ratified this framework agreement to be implemented, and after coming into force, which required around the ISA, after coming into force, the ISA has hosted a 2-day event which is called the International Solar Alliance Forum, which was held on 17th and 18th January 2018 at the World Future Energy Summit 2018. This summit, Energy Summit, is a signature event of a global initiative of Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week and was hosted by Masdar, that was scheduled for 15th to 18th January 2016 in Abu Dhabi. So the forum meeting was held in Abu Dhabi. From 15 to 18 this particular summit was held, and during this particular summit ISA has hosted its own forum meeting on 17th and 18th January. During this forum meeting, the ministerial plenary meeting of energy ministers was held, and along with this meeting of energy ministers, 3 technical discussion panels were also there to discuss different issues. For example, the first one is International Solar Alliance, $1 trillion opportunities. Another panel discussed about the network of R&D institutions in the partner countries for solar innovation, incubation and startups, while the third panel discussed the best practices for solar capacity building in the International Solar Alliance countries. Also, the Indian delegation extended invitation for a second Reinvest meeting to the participants of the International Solar Alliance Forum. This Reinvest meeting is to be held in partnership with the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, Government of India, between on 19th to 21st April in 2018. So this meeting is basically to invite investments and technology into new and renewable energy sector by the Indian government. Along with all this, the ISA has also formulated a pavilion where this dissemination of information about various activities of ISA and different programs undertaken by ISA were displayed, and the best practices and information was shared among the different participants to get the benefit, so that the best practices could be deployed by the other ones to get the maximum benefit. At the end of the meeting, the ministerial session, different companies or participants have committed agreements to help in deployment of solar energies in the different countries. For example, we have Yes Bank, which has committed committed to financing solar projects of $5 billion worth. Similarly, NTPC has also announced a partnership deal with International Solar Alliance for enhancing the deployment of solar energy, and committed itself to make voluntary contribution of $1 million to the ISA fund corpus. So ISA administers a fund to which the NTPC, National Thermal Power Plant Corporation, has committed to give $1 million for the deployment of solar energy in the country. Let us now briefly discuss about International Solar Alliance. As we have already discussed, it is an alliance of about 121 countries which are rich in sun or solar resource energy, and are trying to get the funds and technology from other countries to get the maximum deployment of solar energy in their respective countries. This idea was mooted by India and France collectively, and it was through Paris Declaration, in which the International Solar Alliance was ultimately came into being, or it was established via Paris Declaration to promote solar energy among the member countries. The major objective of this organization is to reduce the cost of finance and the cost of technology for the deployment of solar energy. It has the objective of, for example, different objectives, and the one objective is to enhance the global deployment of solar energy generation capacity to around 1000 gigawatts. That is basically to improve, to bring in more and more solar energy into utilization and reduce the burden on fossil fuels, because solar energy is not only renewable but also doesn't has any negative impact on the climate, while the fossil fuels are currently under the facing the brunt of climate change. So the role of fossil fuels is decreasing day by day, and the governments across the world are trying to utilize other renewable resources that are eco-friendly and help to tackle the climate change. Similarly, it is trying to make joint efforts to get the investments of $1,000 billions, the investments that are needed to deploy the solar energy, because solar energy deployment is still very costly as compared to the other ones present. It is a collision of solar resource rich countries, as we have discussed that the countries called the sunshine countries, which lie between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, are mainly the member countries, are and are intended to harness this resource, the solar energy, to their maximum benefit. The headquarters of International Solar Alliance is at Gurugram in India, and this organization is action oriented and is basically tries to get the actual rolling out of projects on the ground to get the ultimate benefit to the public as well as getting benefit to the environment. Therefore, this particular organization addresses the special energy needs, and it provides a collective platform to collaborate on addressing the different issues and gaps through a common and agreed upon approach by the member countries. The next we have the Financial Sector Assessment Program 2017, the detailed assessment reports. In 2017, around November-December, the two reports have been released. These are the Financial System Stability Assessment and Financial Sector Assessment reports. These are two different reports that were released in late 2017, and recently detailed reports of these two particular reports have been released. These reports are released by the first report has been released by International Monetary Fund, and this one was released by the World Bank. Recently the detailed report has been released, and it says the detailed assessment of observance Basel core principles for effective banking and supervision has been released collectively by IMF and World Bank, while another detailed report about Clearing Corporation of India Limited, Central Counterparty and Trade Repository was released by World Bank. So first, these are two reports released by respective organizations. Then we have detailed reports, two detailed reports. The first one about core principles by both IMF and World Bank, and the second one about Clearing Corporation India Limited is by only World Bank. The reports praises the work of RBI, which has made a remarkable progress in strengthening the banking supervision in the country. It says that most of Basel III framework have been implemented, and the cooperation arrangements both domestically and cross-border have now been firmly placed by the RBI and the government in the country. It also acknowledges that the banking reforms have been made by the Indian government, including the Indradhanush plan for revitalizing the public sector banks and the Banks Board Bureau that has helped to bring in transparency and an improved discipline that will help in resolving the problem of bad loans or the NPAs in the country, and will help to rectify the issues in the banking sector of the Indian economy. So these reports are basically aimed for India only. These reports are India specific only and released by the international organizations. The last topic of our today's discussion, or this video's discussion, is the new smart cities. Recently, the fourth round of National Smart Cities Challenge was conducted, and the winners have been announced by the government. The Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs has announced the winners, and the winner for this this competition or this challenge was the city of Silvassa in Dadar and Nagar Haveli, which got the first position in the challenge and has been selected as one of the 9 new cities selected to become a smart city in the coming future. The other rest of the 8 smart cities chosen are Erode in Tamil Nadu. The third one is Diu in Daman and Diu. Then we have Bihar Sharif in Bihar, Bareilly in UP, Itanagar in Arunachal Pradesh, Muradabad again in UP, Saharanpur again in UP, and Karavati in Lakshadweep Island. So in total there are 9 new smart cities that have been proposed, and with the addition of these 9, a total of 99 smart cities have been finalized to get the investment under the smart city mission from the government, and to be implemented via smart city plans to get smart city infrastructure and other resources to meet the future challenges, for example the climate change or the increasing population or the migration, etc. So these will be there are in total 99 smart cities so far been selected. So this was all for PIB summary for 18th and 19th January 2018. For more videos you can visit www.edutab.co.in. Thank you and happy learning.